So, of course, it is the big story of the day. Several side events, however, are also taking place in Cape Town today ahead of tonight's State of the Nation address. The Government Communications and Information System is holding its annual media networking function. Our politics editor, Sbungalwa, caught up with the Minister in the Presidency, that's Jackson Mthembu, who attended the event.
Minister, tell me, what do you think is the motive of the various groupings that are organizing events on the eve of the State of the Nation address? We saw earlier today the so-called Radical Economic Transformation grouping saying that they are coming out in defense of the former president, and we do know that tomorrow that the EFF did say that they will disrupt the State of the Nation address.
Well, you will know what our focus is. Our focus is not on any other person but on the people of South Africa, and that's what the president will be doing tomorrow, and saying exactly what it is that we are going to do to make lives for the people of South Africa better. So we will not be defocused by any other person. We will focus on the work at hand, doing our best to deliver to our people a best life for all South Africans.
You do know that the optics of this, they kind of create an impression of a president under siege, these various events. Do you think these are isolated incidents or they are connected in some way?
You know, there are 7 priorities that the government will be focusing on. And therefore, as to who does what anywhere, by the way, we are a country that have got rights enshrined in the Constitution. So people can march, people can hold their own meetings, people can make their own viewpoints on what the State of the Nation should entail or what it should not entail. But as government, we are quite clear that we'll be speaking on 7 priority areas. One of them, ensuring that jobs are created for our young people in the country. Ensuring that indeed we do improve and enhance the performance of our economy. Ensuring that we build a capable state at all levels, at local level, provincial level, at national level, and ensuring, of course, that we also act on crime and corruption. So I've just mentioned a few of the 7 priority areas that the president will be speaking to. Therefore, we are not going to be defocused by anybody. We will focus on what is at hand, on the responsibilities and the priorities that we have assigned to ourselves on behalf of the people of this country.
Now, Minister, lastly, you do know that in terms of the promises that government has made, in terms particularly on job creation, none of those have come to pass. I think this time around you do realize that South Africans are a bit agitated. They want to see action. Do you think we'll get that action tomorrow?
We will get that action tomorrow, but again, if we say they have not come to pass, when the president made a statement last year, he said in the next 5 years. So I think all of us should know that an economy of any country doesn't just start performing within a few months. It takes years. Our economy, by the way, for many, many years has not been doing well. We have been performing under 1%. So it needs all of us to work together, business, civil society, labor, and government, and that's what we're doing at NEDLEC now. So we believe that the outcomes of these integrated approaches by all of society in creating jobs, stopping job shedding, will indeed come true in the next few years of this 6th administration. But it would have been foolhardy for us to believe that within a 6-month period or within a 3-month period, then you'll have companies, even that have made commitments, by the way, at the investment summits that the president has convened, that all those companies would have come back to the country, built their empires, and created the jobs that we need. So we need to give government the benefit of the doubt that within these 5 years, what is the expectation of the South African people? Not within 5 months, not within 3 months. That's not how government works anywhere in the world. But as you'll also know, the slump performance of the economy is not only a South African phenomenon. Throughout the world, the economies are not performing well because of many factors.
So basically we must just be a little bit patient.
In fact, that's how the economies of the world work. You don't If you were to be at 9% performance of the GDP tomorrow, I can assure you that that will be a fake performance. But all economic performances, they take time, and South Africans understand that. But what the president will say tomorrow is, what are we going to do in the next 5 years? Of course, adding on what we said last year to ensure that the economy performs, there are jobs for our people, we deal with crime and corruption, but also we build a capable state that is able to attract investment from all over the world into these shores.